Antonio back at again with another vid, man. Today we got a 5-hour video we're gonna be watching today, so stay tuned, man. No, I'm capping. I'm capping for sure. I got y'all fucked up. I got me fucked up. I got everybody fucked up. Fuck it, anyway, yeah. I had this shit playing. I was planning on saying that and I fucked it up saying. Anyway, we're gonna watch Rusty Buckets. Well, this is also Rusty Buckets channel. Shout out to him. Go subscribe to him. Denver Nuggets screw reaction. So pretty much, he's pretty much gonna be talking. I was watching the video. Like I'm just gonna react to it. But he was pretty much just talking about like the Denver Nuggets.
Welcome to Awesome Rusty Buckets. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
What it's gonna look like for this series. To me, this shit over with.
By the end of the week, so your subscription would be much appreciated. Also drop a like.
Let them go ahead and talk.
It makes a massive.
The last video did pretty good. Shout out y'all, man. Shout out y'all.
You can probably hear that.
No, I'm real. Shout out Jay. That was typed in. I see y'all fought that. So we have to watch some more constant grooves.
It doesn't.
I tried to post more.
Either way,
but it was copyrighted. I'm like, all right.
Sound different. Today's video, I want to talk about the Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors series, and if the Nuggets have even a modicum of.
I'm looking at this video down here talking about Jordan Poole Warriors scored 70.19 minutes. 70? Yeah. It was cooking. It was hooping.
But
that's scary.
At the very least, to make this a respectable series, the Nuggets
have to watch it.
Blown out in the first two games of this series, and it has resulted in a lot of discourse. And what's really annoying to me is it's resulted in a lot of slander for Nikola Jokic, even though it's very clearly.
It's the same thing with the Jazz and Backstreet. Ruby Gobert getting a lot of slander, but he's the one who's guarding. Nigga, Mitchell was having an ass game towards the second half. So what the fuck?
Extraordinary by any means, but overall, to me, I think it's pretty ridiculous to blame this series on Nikola Jokic. It's really not his fault. He's averaged like 4 assists per game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna blame him. His team not stepping up, bro.
And way less than the amount of assists he should have. The amount of great passes that I've seen Jokic make in the first two games of the series, just for
somebody's assist was low. I mean, he's still, like you said, he's still getting off good passes. It's just shit.
Really, I
niggas not knocking down the shot
of the series. Not, oh wow, Nikola Jokic is overrated. The take should be, wow, how the fuck did Nikola Jokic get this team to 48 wins? But regardless of that, to talk about what has gone so wrong for them in the first two games, other than the fact that Jokic has no help, is really it's been defense, and it's not like the Nuggets were some powerhouse defensively, but the Warriors specifically have found a way to make their defense really fucking shit. And I will talk about the Warriors at some point. It probably will be a main channel video, how dominant they look, but essentially the Warriors of old, you know, the ball movement, the crazy high pace, the three-pointers, all of that stuff, as well as on the defensive side of the floor, all seems to be back, and there was some lineup. It was only a lineup that has played 11 minutes in the playoffs so far, and obviously he was in this series, but their advanced stats are through the roof. It was the lineup of basically their 5 best players.
Let me look up the Nuggets roster and just have a good explanation to why I feel like they need to be playing better to what they do. Cause come on now, you gotta think now. Like, we talking about a team that's been the same for years. They kind of in the same realm. I want to say Milwaukee, but Milwaukee won though. But nah, though, this is the thing though. I had thought about a point. I was thinking like Milwaukee, you gotta shout out them, like, they franchise for being very patient with their team. You know what I'm saying? Like when Giannis won the championship, he said him and Chris Middleton on the squad for 8 years. Usually, two star players don't last that long on a team. If they keep getting the playoffs and they keep getting bounced out, you would think they would eventually trade him. But no. You got to shout out the players, too, because it's like the fact that they ain't give up. They kept going and eventually paid off. They won. But I don't see how, and I know this video ain't about Giannis, but I don't see how people don't be want to play with him. Because Giannis, how could you not want to play with Giannis? Like, even before Drew came there, it was like nobody was even interested in coming that way. It's Giannis. I guess they think he can win. But anyway, Nuggets roster. Like, okay, we understand he injured, but shouldn't he almost be back by now? Who else? Yeah, I know they added him last year. They added Bone. Marcus Cousins got added, but it's like he got hurt. But they didn't have some people like Will Barton been on the squad for a minute. At some point, he got to step up. I know he be getting hurt and shit, but it's like, damn, nigga, you been on this team for a little minute. Honestly, the Nuggets team, from what I'm looking at, this team don't look crazy. They don't look crazy at all. They do not look crazy. I think Monte Morris been on the squad for a minute too. Like, y'all been on this squad this long. Jeff Green kind of been on there. But, like, yeah, these niggas been on the team this long and still haven't clicked yet. It still haven't worked out.
Jordan Poole, Draymond Green,
and what I was saying,
that lineup
let him finish talking.
Had a 200 offensive rating and a 75 defensive rating. So that means, theoretically, they would, on average, beat teams by 125 points. Obviously, it's an 11-minute sample size, so that would not hold up. But promise for what that lineup would be capable of doing, it's quite terrifying. So the Nuggets, first of all, see themselves against an opponent that they really are just simply outmatched and outgunned. But how could they theoretically, at the very least, put 2 games into this series? Well, obviously, they're turning the tides over to home court advantage in this one when they're going for game 3 and 4 is going to be in Denver. Those would be your 2 most opportune games to actually win in this series. God, it's really hard to say. Like, I'm trying to find like logistical reasons how they could actually take some games out of this series, but like, yeah, Jordan Poole might not be as amazing for the other games of the series, but also
No, I was thinking too. Jordan Poole might have one of them off games. I don't think he's gonna. I mean, he could go off all 4, but then again, he might slow up a little bit.
But he hasn't been.
Cause you know Curry in Denver, he be hooping. When Curry go to Denver, he be balling. Jordan Poole, last time he was in Denver, he was hooping too. Him and Clay went off.
Could just easily avalanche the whole thing too. But how would they do it? It would have to be, basically, Jokic has to go off. It can't just be a decent game from him. Game 1 and 2.
And this is another thing, like he said, Jokic has to go off, which is true. Jokic, he got to play great. Not good, he got to play great. He got to go crazy.
He had like 25, 26 points.
Like games like those, good games.
Good amount of rebounds.
Good shooting and everything. But it's like, nope. It's not going to be enough.
Making good passes, they just weren't being converted. It needs to be more than that. We need a 40-piece at least.
Like, exactly. If the Nuggets want to try to win a couple of games, they going to have to go for 40. They going to have to go for 40. I mean, I said they going to have. He's going to have to go for like 40, 50 at a time. You know what I'm saying? But shit like that can be draining. You know what I'm saying? Jokic isn't the fastest player. Like, he can give you 40. He can drop 50 if you wanted to. But consistently stacking up, no, he'll get tired of doing it. He's like, no, he's not trying to do that. That's not what he wants to do. Now, I don't think no player wants to have to drop 40 a game just to get their team over the hump. Like, that shit. Like, you gotta go through rounds of playoffs. Imagine have to keep doing it. No, that no nigga wants to have to do that unless you just want to stack up points and shit. But no dude wants to drop 40 a game. That's just no. Another thing, I was thinking, I'm like, I'll get them this year, but next year, if they come in the playoffs and they fuck up again, blow it up. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, what the fuck? They're not going to win like this. You know what I'm saying? And they be having teams, like, they team usually be good enough for, like, the second round. Then they fuck up. Like, I can trust them more than the Jazz, though, but yeah.
On top of that, like I mentioned, his teammates need to actually hit their shots. It cannot just be Jokic doing every single thing for them. And then defensively, they got to stop leaving so many guys open on the perimeter.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Thanks.
The third quarter of Game 2 of this series was insane. I believe that's when the Warriors actually ran that lineup. Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry all got in on the action in terms of their three-pointers. I believe
Yeah, they was
Klay
hoop. I
hit
seen
4
Jordan
threes
Poole
in the
do some
quarter. Jordan Poole
crazy
hit
ass
2 or
step back
3,
play.
and
Like
Steph got an and
that
one
nigga did some
three-pointer
little
on
dribble
the
move. He
fast break
stepped
at
back
that,
heavy as fucking shot
where he
a
was
crazy
fouled by
ass dribble.
Michael
Like
Green. You just
yeah,
can't allow them to pour it on you quite like that. And a lot of it was just
no,
poor
that's what you
defensive
don't want to do.
rotations. And
So once the
the
Warriors
momentum
get
was
going,
heavily in Golden
it's
State's
over.
favor.
Game
And of
over.
course, they're one of the best
Game
shooting
over
teams
with.
of all time, as they are every fucking year. And Jordan Poole, who has been percentage-wise not the greatest.
What if you got paid to play video games? With Blankos, you can. Every item you unlock can be sold on the mythical marketplace for cash. Use your earnings to buy more.
It's supposed to be some NFT
Shooters
bullshit.
this year, but volume-wise and difficulty-wise, definitely a
I ain't
good
gonna lie,
shooter.
like his little basketball
He has
setup.
shot
It's nicer.
a very high percentage
It's like a nice
while maintaining
basketball.
that volume and difficulty of his attempts. So it's basically like you're dealing with 3 Splash Brothers in the first 2 games of this series. So really, there are 2.
The Nuggets might get
main
one though. They
things
might get one.
that have to happen in order for the Nuggets to win a game or 2 games in the series. Jokic and his teammates have to have a really good offensive game.
Yeah, true.
Can't skirt by with Jokic just being fine and his teammates being bad.
No, yeah, they're not gonna win like that. They're not gonna win if Jokic is dropping 25. And like I said, it could be a good 25. Like he shot good, you know what I'm saying? Like everything knocking down, but he's gonna have to go for 30, 40. Teammates gotta play well too though, man. It's a team game, man. Y'all gotta step up. What the fuck happened to Aaron Gordon? Is he hurt? Like nigga, who? Help you. I don't understand. Why did y'all not helping y'all star? Y'all fucking arguing on the bench. If anything, Jokic need to be yelling at y'all. What the fuck is y'all arguing? I seen DeMarcus Cousins, Will Barton arguing. Like, what the fuck y'all arguing about? Like who? Let's check they fucking stats. Actually, let's check their stats for last game. Let's check their stats real quick. I don't understand why these niggas don't like to hoop. They like to talk all the shit in the world, but they not hooping. They not hooping. Like, bruh. Niggas goofy as hell. Let's figure it out. Okay. Let's check out both of their stats. The niggas who are arguing on the bench. Aaron Gordon, 8 points. Dude. Bro. Help your fucking star. He was like a decent... You was hooping better than that in Orlando. Jerry Green, 7. Will Barton. Oh, so, okay. Will Barton at 24. Okay, my bad, Will Barton. My fucking bad. DeMarcus Cousins. 7. Played 10 minutes. He got 7 points. Can't be mad at that. Damn, it just fucked up to see what Boogie career went, man. That nigga was a star.
Outside of like Will Barton was good in game 1, if I
But even
recall
if he was a star, he wouldn't be on this team.
And 2, you just can't quite get burned to the extent that you did. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not going to expect this team's defense
What I recommend for the
Nuggets,
Nuggets, don't let the Warriors go up 15 on
shut
you.
down the Warriors by any
Shit
means.
over with.
But you, at the very least, cannot just basically be a matador allowing the bull to run right by you. You gotta step in front of that bull, even if it might kill you, wherever that metaphor is going. You can't. They can't keep being so lackluster on their perimeter defense, especially.
It's gonna be hard to guard 3 niggas who can shoot the ball
the
like that.
exploitation of Jokic in the pick and roll. I mean, that's always going to happen in the playoffs, even though he's much better dealing with it now than he was before. it's still something the Nuggets are going to have to deal with. But as I mentioned, pretty much any time when it comes to a drop defender, though drop coverage is far from perfect, you got to be sure that you are giving the proper amount of criticism to the point of attack defenders for getting lost. And all of the point of attack defenders, even Aaron Gordon, who's their best point of attack defender, even though that's not really his natural role, he's really more of like a free safety. It's what he should be, but because they're so lacking at point of attack defenders, he's kind of their primary guy for that. And he's like guarding Jordan Poole one-on-one all the time because of that. Even Aaron Gordon among their point of attack defenders is not doing very good. So I would be concerned about.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon, he got to step up, man.
Forward,
8 points is not going to do it, dude.
Floor, but
For real,
if they
I'm
can
not
just put
like, dude.
together a decent enough defensive performance where they get the job done. And
I feel bad for you.
if they can have a really good shooting night,
It's crazy. He might actually win MVP again. If that's true, like, damn.
But
Embiid
ultimately,
should get it, man. Embiid should get
I'm
it.
not going to say the series is over because anything is possible, as Kevin Garnett famously said. But
Yeah.
the odds are not in Denver's favor. At the very least, I think we would all agree on that. So,
Yeah, this shit over with.
that's what Denver could potentially
Hey,
do
now
to
the
stave off
Jazz,
this series.
on the other hand,
But if I'm being
they series,
completely honest,
they might fuck around and
this is
lose.
probably a 4-game series. And
Damn.
as for what that means
I'll
for
say
Nikola
5.
Jokic,
I'm gonna say
don't
5. I
personally
feel like
view
Jokic
this as
gonna
a
get
criticism
one.
of
He
him.
gonna
I
get
view
one.
it as he needs some fucking help. And hopefully
He
Jamal
gonna get
Murray and
one.
MPJ will be healthy next year and they can finally compete for a championship because that core is good enough to compete for a championship. They just haven't been healthy over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it. Goodbye.
Yeah,
If you're a
man.
homeowner and
Honestly, yeah, this series over with. They can hope for the best next year. I thought they was talking like Jamal Murray had potential to return. They say he was hooping with niggas and everything. It was all love. But I guess not. I don't know the update on whatchamacallit. Bull. And this is the thing about Bull too. If they would have just gave the nigga a chance, we could at least see what he could have done. You know what I'm saying? But I think he on the Pistons now. I think the Pistons took him back. He on a different team now. Or in the G League. I don't know, man. They just sleeping. Anyway, man, this series over with, man. This shit over with in 5. Like I said, I think Jokic will get one. I think he'll get one. But because that's just how good he is. But the only way he will get one if his players play good. Jokic have a good explosive game, but he also get one type shit. But anyway, man, that's gonna do it for the bit. Like, comment, subscribe, catch you on this bit. I'm out.